Alright, it looks like we are ready for our next run. This will be Donut County Beat the Game by davidtki. Take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is David. I get to do Donut County for y'all tonight. Joining me on commentary, we have Rip.
Hello.
So yeah, this is going to be a fun little game. I did change a couple of settings in the options to make the whole move quicker and to set my language to Japanese, which I believe speeds up the game. Is that right?
Yeah, just a little bit. Helps the text mashing go a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm. Sure. All right, so we'll go ahead and begin time when I select OK on new game. So let's go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so this is oh, sorry.
No, I'm just gonna go for this. I'm gonna let this thing pop up first and then do the window.
Nice,
because if the thing interrupts me opening the window, then you actually soft lock yourself and have to start over. Or at least that's what happens on my thing. So yeah. Hello? Where? Why is that not going down?
Classic Donut County already. Yeah, so that was a real nice skip by David there. You skip a little bit of dialogue between Mira, the girl there, and BK, this little raccoon guy that works at the donut shop. Basically, BK is just asking Mira to come into to work at the shop, and she's complaining about the bird out there, so we take care of it with a donut hole. Mm-hmm. And so here's BK. He's at the donut shop and explaining that he's taking care of the honking man, that he needs to get to level 10. He's at level 9 now and needs to get to level 10 so he can get a quadcopter. And that will come into play a little bit later. But yes, the different there's like 2 or 3 different languages you can choose to speed up the text mashing a bit, and the characters seem to load a little bit quicker. So this is going to cut to 6 weeks later. BK's complaining to Mira about she smashed his quadcopter and she's getting on him for destroying an entire town. So there's more discussion about what's going on. And then they talk to Potter here. And Potter is talking about how they got swallowed up into a hole after ordering a donut from BK's donut shop. And then it's talking about how Pup is missing. So we cut to a kind of flashback, and we get to see what happens to poor Potter and Pup. So this level is kind of broken up into a few phases. This is basically you're just trying to get everything on screen that's available to be swallowed up into the hole. And once you get that expertly done there, it transitions to the next part, and we're just going to basically rinse and repeat a couple more times to get through this level.
One of the tiny little things that I noticed when watching some of the better videos is that you don't always want to move your mouse cursor to where you want the hole to go. It seems to move a little bit faster if you move the mouse cursor further away. So you'll see me like jerk it past a place, but then move it back to where I want it.
It's definitely a nice perk of playing on PC. And these pots, when they break apart, sometimes the pieces go flying. So you try and kind of minimize breakage as much as possible, which is obviously easier said than done, but David's been doing a pretty good job. Mm-hmm. That transitions to the last level. And each of these levels kind of have like a little gimmick to them. And in this one, we're going to swallow this furnace, and that's going to give some heat to our donut hole, and we're going to send Pup into the atmosphere.
We're not going to see him again for a long time.
Yeah, poor Pup. So that breaks apart these big rocks and everything, and we're growing and growing the hole, and we'll be able to swallow more and more. Pup hits this little piece of the donut. It pops down, and eventually we'll swallow basically everything on screen, and that'll be it for this level. Yeah, the physics in this game can be a little bit wonky, so might see some funny stuff. For better or for worse. And then one of the main things we do is we quit after completing the level, quit and then continue, and that skips a little bit of a in-level screen. So now we talk to Helen, who saw a hot air balloon float by the ranger station, but didn't get to see which direction they were going because they were distracted by snakes. And Helen does not like snakes.
Yeah, that will become very clear in just a moment. Like, after I get through this initial round of snakes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's get...
Doing a very good job getting these snakes up.
They
So yeah,
jump a
you
lot.
gotta startle them, and then you can swallow them up into the hole.
Okay. Wow, that one's not moving.
That rock is always such a pain. There we go.
There we go. I've managed to eat that snake once before without it waking up.
Nice.
I don't know
That's
how
always
exactly.
a good feeling.
Yeah.
And then here, once we swallow this snake, we can use the tail to interact with different things in this part. And that's going to increase this snake danger rating.
Yeah, we gotta bother the chickens.
And then while David's going around this sign.
What? Is that chicken blocking the sign?
It really is. Nice, got them both. So when you get both chickens, it'll just immediately it'll slide that danger rating 2 times. Just go back to back. So that explodes that. And then we're back to just swallowing everything up.
Yeah, just a little too much snake danger there. Whoa, what was that?
Yeah. Sometimes that signpost has got like a leftover collision to it, and it can get kind of weird. There's always like the small chance that you can just have a piece like fly off into somewhere that you can't get to, and you just have like a little soft lock, which is always fun.
Oh, that hasn't happened to me before, but I don't want it to happen.
Knock on
to me
wood,
now.
yeah. Yeah, that was a good ranger station level. So then Mir's asking if anybody's seen Pup, and Salt says that they saw Pup with their telescope over near Mint River, and that's where we head to the riverbed.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to pick up and swallow in this level. Fish are jumping, the dog is jumping, the dog is really jumping.
Yeah,
and
the dog. There we
seems
go.
to jump in midair.
And then we got our first instance of some water that we have to interact with. In this one, we have this bird over here that'll bend over and drink up the water that we give it. So we got to clear out the water, and then in some of these spots, there'll be fish or other things that we have to pick up and swallow into the hole. And again, like most levels, just working to get pretty much everything off screen. So there's Salt watching from his little... Oh, there he goes. Hope he enjoyed the show. Yeah, Salt's a big fan of birds, so he was bird watching, and we kind of interrupted him, unfortunately.
Oops. A little too quick there. There it is. It's funny, in practice I'm able to blind navigate the mouse to where it needs to be on the menu, but during the marathon, the nerves get to you.
Yeah, it's always a tricky one. You've been doing pretty good. Now we meet Coyote, who was the original owner of the donut shop before it went out of business. And that's when all the raccoons moved into town. He sold the shop to them and moved out to the desert to start selling vegetables, which we see is his nice, lovely little corn stand. So we're going to grow the hole big enough that we can swallow some corn. And if you put corn and fire together, you're going to get some popcorn. So David's expertly going under the tent to keep all that popcorn from flying all over the place. And then it goes immediately back into the hole to grow the hole even further. We get these little birds that unfortunately don't get a popcorn snack, but instead get swallowed up. And as we take care of that screen, everything kind of widens out. We can see these fence posts. We see another tent, but not for long. And that's that level. Yeah, there's a bunch of levels, but they go pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's surprising how quickly this game goes by once you get used to it.
Yeah. So that brings us back to some more discussions about donuts and donut holes. It dabbles into some philosophical discussions. And then we see Nikki and Roma. They moved to Hopper Springs because they like to watch the bunnies. They ordered a donut to celebrate Roma getting a new phone. And this, unfortunately, is what happened. So you get those two carrots real quick. That spreads out. You get this big carrot. And then you see these two bunnies. We're going to get them together. Give them a bit of carrot to enjoy. A little snack.
Hey, get in there, you. Get in there. Get in there.
They're gonna do what bunnies do, and the hole's going to grow a bit. So now we have more space that we can swallow up more stuff, and you know how that goes.
Yeah, one of the more interesting things is that, I mean, you want to keep the hole moving if you can, but sometimes if your hole is only just barely big enough to swallow an object, moving can yeet that object back out again. So you're kind of trying to figure out just how fast you can go without actually throwing everything back out again.
And David's making this look pretty easy. Pretty smooth with the donut hole right now. Where is that bunny? Oh, there it is.
Excuse me. Come back here.
There we go. So we've reached maximum hole size, and unfortunately for Nikki and Roma, we are going to explode their lovely house and swallow the pieces.
Yeah, the bunnies just multiplied too quickly. This is a PG game, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. They're just hanging out. That moves us back down into the abyss. So Pepper went to Joshua Tree Park after leaving Salt. He brought his laptop to watch bird videos, and unfortunately, this is what happened to him. So we start off, grab some rocks to grow the hole a little bit. We want to be able to get the fire. And
let's see, do I
if
have
you
it?
saw the bird kick a piece of coal or charcoal down, we get ourselves a new element to the game. So we're gonna set these trees on fire, collect the fruits that they bear, and that will expand the game out some more.
See, it should be big enough to get that trailer now. I missed a few.
I always miss like one thing, and I'm like, why isn't anything happening? Or either like a little rock in this spot.
Oh, right over here.
Come on, game.
Now, oh, there's another one right there hiding behind the stove.
Another Donut County staple is stuff hiding behind other things or whatnot. But now, yeah. Now the hole's kind of big enough that everything goes by pretty smoothly. Grab the last few rocks, then we clean it up. Expertly done. Alright, so now BK is yelling at Pepper for not saving the Joshua trees because they were too busy looking at bird videos. A little back and forth between everybody. Pepper was busy writing an apology email to his brother about breaking his lava lamp. But anyway, we get to Morsel, who runs a fireworks shop, and they ordered a donut. So yeah, this little mechanic is when you have the hole under their shop, the little flame comes down, lights the firework, and that's what lets David shoot into these birds, drop them down, and then he's able to swallow them up. And he's lighting another firework because we have this poor soul up here on this cliff, but not for long. So
yeah, it takes 3.
That cliff can withstand 2 fireworks, but not 3.
Oh, I almost got the cactus.
Yeah, the combo shots when you can line everything up and get multiple things at the same time are always pretty satisfying. And basically, just swallow, yeah, all the big stuff, and that's that for that level. That's Beach Lot C.
Yeah, you just kind of blink and it's over.
Yeah. There's Coco, the alligator, just taking a nap. And speaking of Coco, Coco has beef with Mira because apparently she knew the raccoons were making the holes the whole time. Mira asked Coco how many snakes it would take to defeat them. When we go into their little flashback, it starts with a little back and forth with the text messages. And then Coco's asking Mira if they've looked into the disappearances yet. And he says that he hasn't heard from Salt in a while, but that maybe Possum might know something. And Mira's not a big fan of Possum because they're kind of weird. But we'll get more into Possum in a bit. So then Coco wonders about how Mira works at the raccoon's donut shop, but doesn't know anything about what's been going on since the raccoons moved in. So now we're kind of questioning what Mira knows or what she doesn't know. But at the end of the conversation, Coco's just chilling in life and takes a nap. So this is Gecko part, if you couldn't tell by the geckos. And these guys are kind of cool because you see where when you have the hole under them, you see the eyes. You can kind of see them when you don't go under them, but you can really tell where they are when you kind of startle them. These guys are really squirmy and hard to grab sometimes.
Just a bit.
Especially the bigger ones, but he's doing a pretty good job.
Come here.
There we go, nice. So that brings us back to Coco's spot, and we'll slowly kind of grow the hole.
Fine. I was hoping to get the whole tree in one go. Well, most of it.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll just get these sports, flamingo.
Boombox playing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore. Bye, Coco. And eventually, we'll get the hole big enough to swallow up his house. Basically, everything on screen. I don't think you have to get absolutely everything, but usually it's might as well. Oh, you do have to get some of the grass. Okay.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah. All right, back into the hole. We're just kind of bickering back and forth. Jellybean here with the chicken named Dollop. So BK has to get a catapult because Mira thinks that if he gets the catapult on his app, he can shoot everybody back into normal land.
Get off
What in the world?
Get off! Come on. Oh. Okay, there we go. There we go. He's down.
Expert level dodging. So Jellybean was going through a rough time and had to sell her prized rooster to make ends meet, which upset Dollop, unfortunately. So Mira's asking BK to deliver a donut to Coco, or she's asking why he delivered a donut to Coco and tells BK to order the catapult upgrade because things have gone too far. BK doesn't want to get it, but finally agrees. So now we have a catapult that we can shoot things back up into the air.
Oh, dang. Too fast. Gotta get the chicken out.
So we break the chicken cage.
There we go. I guess I gotta eat these things too. There we go.
So that brings us to the next part where you see this little door with like a little kind of bell looking thing on the side. We're gonna launch the chicken up, use the hole to kind of suck down this little lever, and suck the chicken into the barn. And then we'll use our leftover box to turn on this switch, and that'll start this crazy train of just eggs flying all over the place. We're gonna grow enough. We're gonna need to swallow that silo in the background. So as soon as David thinks he's got the right size, he'll be able to swallow up the silo and kind of transition to the
That
next
should do it.
phase.
That should do it. That should. A little bigger.
Couple more eggs.
All right.
Yeah,
It stops spitting when you're definitely big enough.
And at this point, you got a huge hole, so it makes swallowing these little things a little bit easier. The barn still can be a little bit tricky. See, oh, nice.
Just make it
Wonderfully
topple over.
done. Yeah. And that's the chicken barn level. So BK and Mirror are still bickering at each other. We go to Bear Claw here, who is getting hunted by bees out in the middle of the woods, ordered a donut, and this is what happened to them.
Who orders a donut when being plagued by bees?
Bear Claw, apparently. So that's one way to deal with your issues, I guess, is just go get a donut.
There we go.
So, gonna play with the catapult some more. This time we have a frog. So we're gonna use that frog to attach to these bees' nests, bring them down, and then swallow up the bee that comes out of each one of them. The frog likes to just like randomly jump sometimes.
All right.
Doing pretty nicely though right now.
Back in there, you.
So now we clean up this little area before it transitions to where Bear Claw is hanging out. Literally. Nice. So here, do you do the 2B strat?
I
Or
am
do you
not
get 'em all?
familiar with the 2B
Okay.
2B strat. Yeah, I'll get them all.
That's totally fine. So sometimes you can get only 2 of the bees and then kind of place the hole to the right of Bear Claw, shoot up the frog, and then kind of use the physics of the game and move the hole to the left to like drag down everything and skip a couple bees. It doesn't save that much time. That's what it looks like. Nicely done.
Gotcha.
So that brings us back into the hole. And now we focus on Chef, who accuses BK of ruining the restaurant after they ordered a donut to take a break from handling a, as they say, a small bug problem. And then later on, everybody will pretty much complain about cat soup. So they don't necessarily run the greatest of restaurants, but they're gonna join us now. We suck them up. Once we clear out this area, we go into the restaurant and we get to make some soup.
I think I gotta pull this thing before I get soup. Excuse me, give me soup.
That was weird. So, like everybody knows, you need some salt and you need some pepper in your soup. And you also had to avoid some cockroaches. But once you have the perfect soup, the bird gives you the head nod and you're good to go. So now we have a bunch of stuff we can suck up.
Yeah, the hole here grows really quickly.
Yeah, this one's a pretty satisfying level. Everything kind of moves pretty well. We very quickly move into car and building swallowing territory. Oh, there we go. A little bit. So goodbye cat soup restaurant. And now we just got to take care of the big boys. Nice.
Yeah, sometimes the
clean.
buildings get caught on the hole a bit, but you can drag them out a little bit and then move your hole back to reorient the building vertically, and that gets them in.
Yeah, you're killing it right now. Some clean levels. All right, so everybody kind of bashes on the cat soup restaurant, and then we see what happened to Mira and BK. So BK got his quadcopter at the expense of basically everybody else that we've seen so far in town, who had their homes and lives disrupted. So yeah,
Yeah, no.
Mir's not happy about it. So then she orders a donut to teach BK a lesson. So this will show him. So hopefully BK enjoyed his quadcopter because it did not last very long. Yeah, those trees are so nice to just swallow the whole thing up. So there goes BK, and Mir will be right behind him.
Come on down. Come on down. Come on. Oh, it turns
Yeah,
to the
this
side.
one's such a weird shape to try and get in.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, that's 1, 2. I think I need that cactus to get
Just a
this
little
donut.
bit. Yeah, nice. And that basically brings us into like the present time. So everything before now was flashbacks. We're all caught up. BK's kind of starting to finally understand that he's messed up. And this is where Coco suggests going to Possum for help, even though Mira doesn't really want to. So in order to find Possum, we just deliver a donut to the abandoned house that we think he's staying at.
Yeah, this is one of the trickier levels and one of the few levels that I bothered to practice ILs on because it was just taking me so long and I had to just practice it to figure it out.
Yeah, this is definitely a weird one. So we get this flashlight and we get some batteries that we can use.
Why is... Okay,
Come
I'll come
on,
back to that one
Mass.
later. Yeah, I can't get that skull mask just yet. I kind of need to go along here. Can I get it now? Yeah.
There we
that's
go,
good.
nice.
Oh, there's the cat's right there.
Yeah, there's
That
a
cat?
sneaky cat in the side there on the right. Will like the light goes out, right? If you startle the cat.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that should handle most of it. Yeah.
Nice. There we go. Oh,
Did I just soft lock the level?
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
That's never happened before. Okay, well,
I didn't
we're
even know you
starting
could do
over.
that.
We're starting over then.
So yeah, usually that cat jumps up onto like the light switch and turns the light on. I don't know what happened there. That was weird.
That was very weird.
And yet another instance of Donut County being Donut County.
Gotta love those marathons. Maybe now's a good time to read something if you got them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As a reminder, we are out here donating money towards QMUNITY. QMUNITY was built by and for queer, trans, and two-spirit communities since 1979. Today, their leadership continues to create and build an organization that supports everyone within two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersexual, and asexual communities across British Columbia through support, connection, and leadership. And you can donate at any time with the donation link directly below the stream. You can also type !donate in chat or visit the Tiltify campaign directly at speedromizer.live/donate.
All right, will the cat...
There we go. There we go. That's what's
Nice.
supposed to happen.
Yeah, that was very bizarre. I've
Yeah.
never really liked the abandoned house level just because sometimes it felt so weird. But
It's-
we swallow a possum there who's gonna help us out. And now we're just
and-
going to swallow the whole house.
Yeah, it'll delay a little bit before it falls. There it is.
Bye bye. All right, so now that we have Possum, Possum's talking about how they've heard the cops looking for a dog in a hot air balloon, but they need a raccoon police scanner to be able to like pinpoint Pup's location. So BK thinks that there's a police chief. He's on his day off at the Raccoon Lagoon. So we're going to ruin his day off, unfortunately.
That's okay. There have been lots of ruined days off already
Yeah.
this game.
The raccoon's getting away with.
I'm big enough to get this thing now.
Nice. Yeah, this is another sometimes frustrating level, but so we see the flume right in the back. We're gonna need to power that with like 3 or 4 blasts of water. I can't remember how many exactly.
I don't remember exactly how many either.
Just keep shooting water until it works, basically, is what I always did. But we have our water balloon gumball machine, so luckily we have a good supply of water at hand.
Much as we need. Come over here, you. But yeah, my usual trick here is shoot out a water balloon to get the more water balloons out, let it splash on the ground. Usually works okay.
Yeah, quite a bit of multitasking in this level.
Yeah,
And then while the flume's kind of going
here.
up and going down, David's going around and kind of clean up the area. And once you move the gumball machine, or water balloon machine, I guess, technically.
Yeah, I have to swallow this thing before I can
There we
progress,
go.
and it's pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Oops, too early.
So now we're going to cause a bit of mayhem to get to the police chief.
You know, just a stray Disney castle here.
Very satisfying destruction going on. So we gotta swallow up the Ferris wheel and the Ferris wheel pieces. We gotta swallow up the flume ride. And we gotta swallow
There it
up the chief. Wonderful. So now we have our scanner, and Possum is able to find out a few things. There's trouble at the Raccoon HQ. The donut shop is missing, and BK is the suspect. And he also knows that there's a big backup on the 405 because of a hot air balloon. So,
Come on.
and ultimately what we're trying to do with the hot air balloon is get out of the hole. I love this
do
tiny
not
little
know-
mouse in the car, even though he's kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, you gotta get that coffee cup off before you
Yeah.
can then swallow the car, but I'm not sure what exactly gets the coffee cup to actually fall off.
And then we're gonna slowly grow the hole again.
It'd be big enough for these... Oh. Well, I'll get them off the chair at least. Let's eat that one. Okay, now I should be big enough for the chairs. And then yeah. Eat all these
Nice.
TVs. They'll end up in some sort of shadow realm. Shoutouts to Persona 4.
Take out the tire jack, and that gives us donuts. Now that blue donut's gonna come in handy just a little bit. Come on, picnic table. There we go.
Yeah, we've got something that's almost like kind of a... Come on, you're supposed to grab this thing.
There
it
we
is.
go.
Something that's... Why didn't it flash?
What is going on with this ride? There we go. So yeah, we swap out the donut for the camera, and we start flashing these raccoons. And then we're gonna launch the raccoons onto the hot air balloon. And that'll slowly pull Pup down, but not quite enough yet. What?
okay.
No. There we go.
Alright. There.
We got Big Daddy Raccoon coming on the cool looking quadcopter.
Yeah, this one's tougher than normal. You
Yeah.
have to flash him with the camera twice.
Nice. Nice grab. And that'll do it.
Yeah, just get a little bit bigger so that I... What's going on there?
Oh, this game. Nice.
All right, we're good
Don't
now.
don't mind the balloon kind of phasing through the ground right there. Yeah, and then it's just it's mayhem on the 405.
Wow, I've never seen a car get past the hole before.
Dude, sometimes the cars just like do really crazy stuff. Nice. So yeah, we found Pup, we have our hot air balloon, and we are ready to transcend the abyss. So we have a bit of like a story level where we don't really do anything, but basically Mira, BK, and Possum are gonna go up in the hot air balloon. They're gonna try and talk to the Trash King and try and work a way to reverse this hole and kind of get everybody back up into the normal world. BK is starting to feel kind of guilty about what happened. But luckily Mira reassures him that she doesn't really blame him for what happened. It's mainly all the other raccoons, and they're still friends.
If now would be a good time, we did get a recent donation.
Sure, go ahead.
Awesome. We got a $10 donation from Tempest Mask 1000, who said, "This undoubtedly is the most wholesome run of the event. So to prove there ain't a hole in my wallet, here's some of my ultimate treasure to get us started with that arcade stick incentive for Yato. Best of luck, David. Looking forward to SGDQ with you."
Thank you so much, Tempest. Alright, so there's not very much equipment out here, but I am gonna go for a little bit of a skip here. Eat this thing last, go to this corner here. Got it.
Nice. So that skips a cutscene, what he just did. Well done. I don't remember why that works, but I'm glad it does. So yeah, we are in Raccoon HQ right now. BK texted the Trash King, basically got hit with like a new phone, who's this response, and just basically ignored him. So we're just gonna send a hole and try and destroy the place, basically. So we use that raccoon, launched up into the shelf, grab the red key card, and that takes us into the biology lab.
Yeah, these next couple of levels are basically going to be kind of recaps of some of the mechanics that we've explored. So, for example, we've got the snake that can hit the buttons. We're gonna get a couple of animals out. You can see some flies up there, because ultimately what we're trying to do here is get a frog. But there's only a cricket and some sort of bird. There's the frog.
There's the frog.
Once the frog's out, we can start launching it at stuff. Here, come down here, you.
Really, like, instant. I really enjoy the frog mechanic in this game.
Alright, let's see. Am I big enough to go for this? Oh, that
Nice.
seems to work. Don't have
Well
to
done.
swallow that other stuff.
Come on, buddy. There we go. So then this is gonna send off some alarms. Trash King's gonna come on that TV and try and get everybody to calm down and basically tell them, oh, don't worry about this. This is totally normal. The emergency lights have come on because it's fun. I don't know about that.
Down
And we
here.
got a
He jumped out of the hole.
tricky little bunny. And that gets us into the anthropology lab, where they're trying to study trash and basically how to create their own trash someday. I do love the little scientist raccoons. Just staring at trash and a dumpster fire, basically. But not for long.
Oh, don't worry. The trash will be following him soon.
True.
Come down here.
Nice.
And now my hole is on fire.
Yep, we got the fire mechanic again.
And more fireworks.
And some fireworks. So that's gonna freak everybody out. Again, Trash King's gonna try and reassure everyone that this is okay and don't panic. So we short circuit that little spot.
I did not mean to let the bird drink from me. That's alright. There will be more water coming out here.
So we start the cycle again. Eventually we'll need to light this firework and shoot it right back up where we shot the first one. You see those exposed wires. Expertly done.
Everything's fine.
Now Trash King's asking for the hole driver to meet him in his office. So that is where we're gonna head to next. We'll finally have a face-to-face with old Trash King.
The left first, and then right.
Instead of breadcrumbs, we get a trail of donuts leading us somewhere. Of this like little haul of trash trophies or whatever you want to call them. And then we get one more donut, not suspicious at all, and there we go.
I tried to escape with the donut.
That would be really cool if you just like somehow had the weirdest glitch and got out. The
It's
Trash
probably
King.
not a great time to try to do that, but
True, yeah. All right, so Trash King and BK meet up. Trash King's gonna try and recruit BK. You know, telling him all these cool things like, hey, you'll be a branch manager. You'll have access to this King quadcopter. You know, join us, join the raccoons. BK kind of plays it like he's going to join, and we don't really know.
his hand appears to be in a pickle jar.
He can take it out though if he wants, trust us. So BK is nowhere to be seen. Mira and Possum are kind of out in the open, exposed to the elements, and we see the King quadcopter. So this thing's pretty dope. It shoots out cement, and yeah, David's expertly avoiding that because it will fill up the hole with cement and slow you down. Come on, bomb. So good RNG on the first bomb being the small one. So the quadcopter is going to take 3 hits, and then in between each bombing, we'll have to avoid the cement gun. Nice. And then same thing here. We're going to swallow up the smallest bomb that shoots out and send it back at the quadcopter. So we get a slightly different layout to escape the cement gun this time. Nice. And hopefully just one more hit.
They don't know how to lead the target. I'm gonna wait for it to move and then shoot.
Nice. So that takes care of the first part of the boss fight. So Mira and Possum think that BK abandoned them and kind of sold them out. Unfortunately, Trash King isn't done and comes back with another King quadcopter. This time it's got a bazooka. But lo and behold, who is it? It's BK. He didn't sell us out. He's not a traitor. He's got the USB hacking device, and that's where we send them. So with Possum's hacking ability, we are able to take over, shoot out a bunch of these small bombs. We're going to collect them all and then just rapid fire blast them back at the quadcopter. Nice. Just a heads up, time will be coming up probably in like the next 30 to 40 seconds, give or take.
Yeah, I'm going to to eat up these parts and then start destroying the palace. There's gonna be a white flash when I finish destroying the palace, and that white flash is time. Yeah, there'll be a first part and a second part here.
Yeah, the camera will kind of switch to behind the scene, or like the other side of the headquarters. Once we do enough damage and kind of destroy things.
What's going on here? What is going on? Do I need to
like
short out all these lights?
There we go. All right, so a few more seconds. And time. Good run.
Oh, thank you so much. There was a whole bunch of really silly stuff that happened there, but hey, it's done.
That is Donut County, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the rest of the game is just basically all story related and tech smashing. So even though there's more to the game, this is where the speed run ends, just because that's basically all like the really important type of stuff.
Yeah, it's basically all ending.
Kind of get like final story recaps for all the other characters as they get catapulted into the above ground, the normal land.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks so much for joining me, Rip.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
Good job.
Thank you. And
congratulations on the run.
Yeah, it was a really good run.
Do you have any final thoughts here?
Just I hope to do this again sometime, like learn another new game. I had a great time. Thank you so much.
Perfect. And where can people find you?
I stream sometimes at twitch.tv/davidtki. You'll usually see whatever I feel like playing on any given night. More recently, that's largely been Stardew Valley or Lethal Company, but every once in a while I'll throw a speedrun up on there. Speaking of which, I do need to start practicing for SGDQ because I will be doing Quest for Glory 2 on the big stage.
Nice.
Exciting. And to our commentator, Rip, do you have any final thoughts as well, or where can people find you?
I just want to shout out Ben Esposito for making this game and making other cool games, like Unfinished Swan. I think he co-developed Neon White, which is a more recent game. And shout outs Daniel Kastner, I'm not sure how to say the last name, but the soundtrack to this game is great. Highly recommend just playing the game for that alone. Just huge shout outs to David as well for learning the speed run, doing a great job, and just for Speedromizer in general. It's again one of my favorite marathons and such a cool idea.
Awesome. Thank you both for joining us. And with that, we're going to take a short intermission here.